Zinger's changing the already crazy hypercar market with its new $2.75 million 21C Spyder, which has some impressive mechanical things, but it also has some AI intertwined with it. But before we get to that negative part, let's get to some of the impressive mechanics. Because Zinger took the hard route with it creating its own V8 engine, partly due to the California emissions rule, but also so it could control the packaging of its engine, which turns out to be really powerful, with it just being 2.9 liters and coming in at only 231 pounds, but with two turbos, the power is pumped to 750 horsepower, which moves through a 7-speed single-clutch X-Track transmission. Ooh, that's a cool name. X-Track. Electric motors smooth out those shifts and make the power even more powerful, with an overall power of 691 pound-feet of torque and 1,250 horsepower. That also means that the car can just be driven on electric when you start it, so the engine can warm up to preferred emissions control. And the interesting thing is that the combustion engine powers the rear wheels, but the hybrid system moves the energy to the front wheels, at least when needed. So with all this power, Zinger says the Spyder can hit the 60-mile-per-hour mark in a crazy 1.9 seconds and a quarter mile in just 8.7 seconds with a top speed of 205 miles per hour. My eyes are just watering looking at those specs without even driving the car. And what I mean about eyes watering is partly because of the speed, but also partly because some Spyder models allow you to take off the roof so your hair can blow in the wind, at least if you have hair. Which brings us to the kind of negative part of this car, aside from the basically $3 million price tag, which is the design. Because from the front and the back, it does look pretty cool, kind of like a futuristic car, but with that long, low carbon fiber body, there is a center seat cockpit, which weirdly puts the passenger directly behind the driver. And I really like this description from Car and Driver, where it says it basically makes the passenger a human backpack. Plus, with that design, it also makes for a weird entry and exit, so I don't think you're going to be taking this on a date night. But it does get better, at least if you're the driver, because they replace some of the touchscreen elements on previous generations of the 21C with some physical controls. But then we get back to the kind of negative part of the story, because Zinger partnered with Divergent Technologies to make this car, which, get this, specializes in AI generative design and basically large 3D printing. But before you think like I did, that this whole car was AI generated, AI was really used in the making of the structural parts, which can be useful so you don't have so many prototypes and spend less time in making the actual structural parts. So to be clear, Zinger's not just AI generating the whole design and other things of this car, they're really using it to speed up the process of finding what's good for the structural integrity of the car and other structural things of the car. Which does mean the outside of this crazy looking car was still made by a human designer, which is great to hear, so you can put your pitchforks back in storage. But probably the coolest part of this car, which brings us back to that positive note, is that they're basically 3D printing big chunks of this car. Unlike the home printers that you might see making PLA or other plastic objects, Zinger's printer prints powdered metal into shapes that couldn't be made previously. This makes for some cool objects like the Spyder's neural node dashboard. That's another cool word that's also kind of hard to say. Which brings us to the big question, how much should AI be used in making cars and other objects? Because when you first hear about this car, you might think that it was all AI generated, like I kind of thought, but then you look deeper and you find that there's more to this story. Like, how do you feel about AI helping in the different processes of making something? Like, would you buy a basically $3 million hypercar that was helped with AI to design? Well, personally, I'm gonna give the 2028 Zinger 21C Spyder an exclamation point, because it looks really cool, kind of like a spaceship. Plus, it has some really cool engine mechanics that I didn't get into fully in this video because it would have taken up a lot of time, but also because I'm not really a professional in that stuff, so I'll leave a video that I think really explains it well in the description below, if there's even a video like that on YouTube. Oh, and by the way, the 2028 Zinger 21C Spyder without a roof will only be available to 30 customers, which suggests that they'll only be making 30 of them. So thanks so much for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, please consider pressing that subscribe button. Bye. I woke up in a new 2028 Zinger 21C Spyder.